When discussing the topic of species extinction, bird window collisions are a grim reminder of the often forgotten, less than charismatic species that seem to be suffering the most.
If you can measure things monetarily, then that's the easiest way to get people who don't think about nature. So the value of birds economically, the ecological services they provide, significant amount of pest control.
Not only do birds have significant ecological value, but they have economic value as well. In many cases, healthy bird populations contribute significantly to the communities surrounding them. Bird-related activities such as hunting and bird watching boost the local economy and support the community.
The increase over the past 15, 20 years in bird watching and how much revenue that brings into communities that have habitat where birds will be, that brings in billions of dollars a year.
In the past 100 years, 3 native bird species have gone extinct. Currently, 8% of American bird species are threatened with extinction, according to PBS.
There's a lot of species that people hold near and dear that people are complacent about. People think they'll always be there, but they're facing risks just as much as the exotic birds or the birds that are declining.
Bird rescue facilities see an influx of injured animals throughout the year. Of all the birds treated at Tri-State, more than 50% sustained injuries that were caused either directly or indirectly by humans.
We do see most of the animals coming in have been impacted in some way or another by human beings.
With the constant development of buildings across the nation, valuable habitat for the already threatened bird species is being destroyed at an alarming rate.
The greatest threat to bird populations globally, habitat loss is the big one. So humans are taking more and more space for themselves and the things that we like to consume, and that's a direct trade-off in what wildlife, especially birds, can use for their annual cycle. The risk, a lot of birds migrate, which is a really cool evolutionary strategy. Putting anything up into the airspace contributes to mortality.
Well, last year we had over 3,000 birds that came in, and close to 250 were cat attacks.
In addition to bird window collisions, cats, domestic and feral, have substantial effect on bird populations. There are currently 140 million house cats living in the United States. Estimates of the number of birds killed by cats annually in the U.S. range from a conservative 1.3 billion to a whopping 4 billion. Rescue organizations like Tri-State Bird Rescue are painfully aware of this issue.
There's a lot of things that the general public can do to coexist with wildlife.
It's actually exciting because it's kind of an easy problem to fix if you know what it is. Just don't let your cat out.
Keeping your cats indoors, that's kind of my soapbox. Turning lights out at night if you're not using it.
They see the reflection and they also see through it at night, which is why lights are a big problem for migrating birds because they shine through the windows and they disorient birds. The main thing is to put a continuous pattern on the glass so that the birds see that it's a barrier and not just a way to a different habitat.
Working with land trusts to maintain habitat locally, that's a big one. Any way you can maintain natural habitat in the landscape, especially during migration or when birds are breeding, and you could have a big difference. Educating people that there's an issue and they can actually do something about it. It takes time, but that's worth the effort to do it. Because it's until people get educated about issues, that's the only way they're going to impact change.
Threats to native bird populations may seem insurmountable, but every individual has the power to impact change.
I thought to myself, what can I do as an individual? It doesn't have to be, I don't have to reach for the stars and change everybody's mind all at once, but if I can change something that I'm doing in my life and make a difference, then that makes me feel a lot better.